When I was little, my mom used to do something I thought was so fucking weird. What's up guys, it's me Lori. So if you've ever been around like a toddler, you have probably seen said kid like trip over an object, you know, and hit their head on the corner of a table or something, trip over a leg of a chair, whatever. The kid immediately starts crying, which is natural, and the parents immediately rush over and scoop them up and comfort them and basically point at whatever the offending object is and say bad table or bad chair or bad toy or whatever the fuck. Well, when I was little, my mom would do the same thing. She would come over to me, scoop me up, calm me down, and then she would make me apologize to the table or the chair or whatever it was that made me cry because it didn't do anything to deserve me walking into it. I was of course too little at the time to know what was normal and what wasn't and what other parents were doing, but I do distinctly remember feeling betrayed. The thing about when kids cry, or at least for me, it was not just about the pain, it was about the shock, maybe a little embarrassment, and feeling sorry for myself and wanting my mom to comfort me. So you can only imagine how it felt when I would go and then seek that comfort out and it felt like she was taking the other side. But if there is anything Mama Wong does not like, it is self-pity. So I was gonna apologize to those objects, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anyway, for most of my life, I've basically just laughed about this as one of those tough mom things that made me both fear and respect my mom at the same time. But then the other day, I was talking to my friend about perspective, and I realized that all those little apologies that I said to those chairs and those tables are actually really core to the way that I see challenges today. Let me explain. Shit happens. Shit happens to everyone. So anyone who's been walking this earth for any length of time past puberty should know that things don't always go the way we want or expect them to. And when something externally bad happens to us, it's 100% human to immediately look for the source of that problem and hate it.
Why, God, why?
I do it, you do it, everyone does it. It's human nature. The thing about external problems though is that there's very little we can do to control it. We can try and prevent those problems from ever happening, or we can try and minimize their impact, but generally there's very little you can do to stop rain from ruining a pool party or prevent an asshole from pushing you on the subway. So when we focus too much on those external things that we can't change, we end up getting lost in our problems. Obviously, a little anger never hurt anyone. It's probably even good for you. But constantly being angry or being angry for a prolonged period of time over the way other people or the universe treats us is just bad for the soul. Not to mention, it's unproductive, it's passive, and it paralyzes us. So essentially, what my mother has been trying to instill in me since toddlerhood is not to forsake my basic nature and pretend that bullshit doesn't make me angry. It does. It's more that I should question it. And rather than dwell on the way that God, the universe, or whomever has wronged me, she wanted me to put the onus on myself to react to whatever the problem was. If you really want to know the truth, apologizing to tables and chairs and inanimate objects felt strange and humiliating. But it also weirdly made the pain subside. Okay, you know, obviously words did not literally make my pain subside, but rather they made me realize that half of my pain was not really physical pain, it was the psychological pain of feeling sorry for myself. How I rationalize it now looking back is that when I stopped pitying myself, the pain and my problem just seem a lot smaller. I feel more in control and I feel like I can start planning to overcome. The older I get, the more I realize that life is not about controlling the people and the environment around you. It's about controlling how you personally deal with those people and that environment around you and how you maximize your positive outcomes. This is not to say that things don't happen to us that we can't control that are definitely to blame for, you know, the bad consequences of whatever happens, but how we mitigate that outcome, how we come back from it, how we deal with it, how we wake up in the morning the next day, that is under our control. So it took me 33 damn years to say this, Mom, but you were right. Thank you. I'll see you guys later this week. Bye.